are a lot of elements involved in making a great anime. The plot, the setting, the animation, the music, all extremely important of course, but nothing makes a show memorable quite like the characters. And sometimes the best characters in a show aren't the main characters. What's up, anime fans and manga readers? The medium of anime is home to some of the most recognizable protagonists in all of fiction. Anime fan or not, most people would be able to identify Luffy's iconic straw hat or Naruto's signature run. Heck, Goku essentially runs the country of Mexico. Having a likable protagonist can make or break a show, but protagonists are only one small part of a large puzzle. The supporting cast of characters interacting with these protagonists are equally as important. Their dynamics with the main characters and with each other are often integral to the development of the narrative, and when it comes to shonen anime especially, authors are usually more willing to take bigger swings with their side characters in terms of abilities and personalities. Due to this, it's not all uncommon to find anime fans latching onto these supporting characters more than they do the stars of the show. To put it in simpler terms, a lot of side characters are just freaking cool. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at some of our favorites who completely steal the show. These guys may be side characters in their respective shows, but they're main characters in our hearts. First on our list is Levi Ackerman from the mega hit show Attack on Titan. As a member of the Elite Survey Corps, Levi is unparalleled in his use of ODM gear, effortlessly taking down Titans with surgical precision and agility. Levi's tragic upbringing in the slums shaped his pragmatic and hardened outlook on life. Raised in harsh conditions by his uncle Kenny Ackerman, Levi learned to fight and survive from a young age, honing the skills that would later make him humanity's greatest weapon against the Titans. Despite his tough exterior, he has a strong moral compass and deeply values the lives of his comrades, though he often hides his emotions behind his sharp tongue and blunt mannerisms. He is also a perfectionist and something of a neat freak, a quirk that adds some humor and depth to his otherwise serious persona. A germaphobe slicing through giant man-eating titans and getting bathed in blood and filth? Quite the contrast. It would be a lot funnier if the world of Attack on Titan wasn't so bleak. Levi's interactions with others, whether it's his leadership over the Special Operations Squad or his bond with characters like Erwin Smith and Eren Yeager, reveal layers of complexities from his dry wit to his cold determination. His encounter with the Beast Titan outside Shiganshina in the third season no doubt played a role in skyrocketing his popularity, but hey, that battle was the definition of anime perfection, and it's no surprise that Levi won the hearts of fans the world over. Next up is a character that needs no introduction. Satoru Gojo from Jujutsu Kaisen is widely recognized as the most powerful sorcerer in the series, winning audiences over from the very first episode with overwhelming strength, charisma, and, how do they put it these days, nonchalance. As a teacher at Tokyo Jujutsu High, he is responsible for training the next generation of Jujutsu sorcerers, including our main trio, Itadori, Megumi, and Nobara. Gojo's abilities are unparalleled thanks to his mastery of the Limitless technique and his possession of the legendary Six Eyes, a rare ocular ability that grants him precise control over cursed energy. His technique, Infinity, renders him virtually untouchable, and his devastating domain expansion overloads the minds of his opponents with unlimited information. Beyond his godlike abilities, Gojo's personality is a mix of playfulness and arrogance. He often acts carefree, cracks jokes, and pokes fun at others, yet he takes his role as a protector of humanity and his students seriously. And all this has earned Gojo a firm spot on our list. It's not every day you get to see a non-powered high school volleyball player lumped in with some of the most powerful characters in all of anime, but here we are. Unlike those insane fan edits on TikTok that list him as a psychopath among the likes of Light Yagami and Aizen, Toru Oikawa from Haikyuu actually belongs on this list. Oikawa is the charismatic and talented setter for Seijo High School and one of the series' most notable rivals to our protagonists at Karasuno. With his exceptional skill as a setter and a quick strategic mind, Oikawa is often regarded as a genius at maximizing his team's potential. Despite his cheerful and flirtatious demeanor, Oikawa has a competitive edge and a deep-rooted drive to prove himself. This stems from his insecurities about not being a natural genius like Kageyama or Ushijima, leading him to work tirelessly to hone his skills. His mantra, "Talent is something you make bloom, instinct is something you polish," reflects his belief in hard work and persistence over raw talent. Even though he's usually at odds with Hinata and the crows on the court, his playful temperament is endearing, and seeing how much work the guy puts in, you can't help but root for him. Itachi Uchiha from Naruto is one of the most complex and iconic characters in the series, and few characters have a greater impact on the narrative than he does. A prodigy of the Uchiha clan, Itachi was hailed a genius from a young age, mastering advanced ninja techniques and unlocking the Sharingan and later the Mangekyo Sharingan. In the story, he is initially presented as a villain for massacring his entire clan, including his own parents. His actions, particularly his strained relationship with his younger brother Sasuke, drive much of the series' emotional core. Sasuke's desire for vengeance against Itachi becomes a central plotline. However, Itachi's true motivations are later revealed to be far more complex and selfless. He wiped out his clan to prevent a coup that could have led to a civil war and massive bloodshed, acting under orders from the Hidden Leaf Village's elders. By taking on the role of a villain, he shouldered immense guilt and hatred, all to protect the village and ensure Sasuke's safety and future. He was little more than a child caught up in greater schemes and used as an instrument of death by actual evil men like Danzo. In the end, he did all he could for his little brother, no matter how far into the dark that path led him. And it is for this reason that he is one of the most beloved and memorable characters in Naruto. Beneath the bright and colorful facade, Hunter x Hunter is a deceptively dark show, and few characters highlight the ruthlessness of that world as much as Kurapika. Initially appearing in the first arc as a mild-mannered young man, we soon learn that Kurapika is the last surviving member of the Kurta clan, a group renowned for their scarlet eyes, which are considered one of the most beautiful and valuable treasures in the world. However, this beauty made the clan a target, and they were massacred by the Phantom Troop, a notorious group of criminals who stole their eyes to sell on the black market. Kurapika's primary motivation is to avenge his clan and recover the stolen eyes of his people. This deep-seated anger and trauma defines much of his personality and decisions. While normally calm, composed, and intelligent, Kurapika can quickly shift into a more ruthless and obsessive state when the Phantom Troop is involved. Kurapika specializes in Nen, mastering the Conjuration category, which allows him to create powerful chains. His Chain Jail ability is specifically designed to restrain and incapacitate members of the Phantom Troop. However, this power comes with a deadly vow. He can only use it against the troop, or it will cost him his life. This restriction highlights his willingness to sacrifice everything for his cause. The York New City arc was our first true glimpse at the burning hatred within him and how far he was willing to go to satisfy it. His trauma unfortunately makes him one of the coolest characters in Hunter x Hunter, so I can't feel too bad about it. Up next on our list is perhaps the character that makes the greatest impact with the least screen time. I'm talking about none other than Kyojiro Rengoku, the Flame Hashira from Demon Slayer. Rengoku was a charismatic, larger-than-life figure who radiated absolute positivity, kinda like the sun itself. His catchphrase, "Set your heart ablaze," perfectly captures his passion and dedication to protecting humanity. As a warrior, Rengoku's skill with flame breathing is genius level, showcasing his mastery over the sword with every fiery stroke. His skill is only matched by his noble heart and sense of justice. He sees it as his sworn duty to protect the weak and uphold the legacy of his family no matter the cost. Despite his strained relationship with his father, who abandoned his role as a Hashira, Rengoku remained steadfast in his ideals. He carries his late mother's teachings close to his heart, particularly her belief that the strong must protect those who cannot defend themselves. He followed through on his words in the Mugen Train arc as he faced off against the upper-rank demon Akaza to protect Tanjiro and his friends. Even in the face of overwhelming odds, Rengoku fought bravely, leaving a lasting impression on Tanjiro, and leaving a stream of tears on all our faces. Keeping with the theme of fire, Roy Mustang, also known as the Flame Alchemist from Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, slides into our next slot. Mustang is a state alchemist and a high-ranking officer in the Amestrian military. Charismatic, ambitious, and highly intelligent, Roy has a certain aura about him that's impossible to ignore. His signature ability is manipulating fire through his flame alchemy, which he performs with incredible precision using special gloves that produce sparks when snapped. I'd say that's cool, but it doesn't quite seem like the appropriate word here. Nothing is cool when Roy Mustang gets going. He harbors a strong sense of justice and desire to change the corrupt military system from within. His ultimate goal is to become the Führer of Amestris, an unfortunate title, I know, so he can dismantle the oppressive regime and create a better future. Roy's character is shaped by his role in the Ishvalan War, where he was forced to use his powers to devastating effect. This dark chapter of his life weighs heavily on him, fueling his determination to atone for his actions and protect his comrades. A particular highlight of this would be his extremely thorough barbecue of envy, one of the 7 deadly sins who murdered his best friend, easily one of the most satisfying moments in anime. We'll close our list out with Askeladd from Vinland Saga, one of the most compelling characters in all of anime and, dare I say, fiction. Askeladd is a cunning and charismatic leader of a Viking mercenary band. He is a complex figure straddling the line between hero and villain, and his actions are often ruthless but driven by a deeper personal purpose. Askeladd's mixed heritage, being Welsh and part Dane, shapes his worldview and motivations. He harbors a strong hatred for the Vikings who oppressed his mother, yet he uses their culture and ways to survive and advance his goals. His relationship with Thorfinn, the protagonist, is equally layered as he serves as both an antagonist and a reluctant mentor. Having murdered the boy's father, Thorfinn swears as a child to kill him, and Askeladd, after an initial reluctance, takes him under his wing until Thorfinn is ready to kill him. It is not a bond born out of love or pity. Askeladd uses the promise of revenge to string Thorfinn along, turning him into his own personal weapon. Their bond is an anomaly. It shouldn't work, but it does, and at the end of the season, Askeladd forces Thorfinn to confront harsh truths about violence, vengeance, and the meaning of life itself. Anyone who's watched or read Vinland Saga will tell you without a doubt that Askeladd absolutely steals the show and our hearts. Anyway, that's all we have for today, folks. Do you agree with our picks? Maybe there are some awesome side characters that I left out. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Please subscribe if you haven't already and ring the notification bell to get regular updates on new videos. I make awesome anime and manga content like this every week, so be sure to check them out. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.